My wife said, "Stop smothering me, I need girl time every weekend." I replied, "Sure babe." Then quietly followed her and found her girls' night was just her ex in a hotel room. She's still wondering why her tea doesn't work. I'm 35M and been married to Lisa 32F for 4 years. We own a house together that I bought before we met and added her to the deed after marriage. Been pretty happy until about 6 months ago when she started getting restless. Talking about needing more independence, wanting to reconnect with old friends, the usual stuff. Lisa works part-time at a boutique, which gives her flexible hours but not much income. I work construction and bring home most of our household money. She's always been a bit social and outgoing, but lately it's been different. 3 months ago she drops this on me. "I need girl time every weekend. You're always around and I feel smothered. I need space to be myself. Now I work construction and I'm gone 10 hours a day Monday through Friday. Our weekends were pretty much the only time we hung out together. But she's making it sound like I'm some clingy husband who won't give her breathing room." "Sure babe, whatever you need," I tell her. "I can find stuff to do." So she starts going out every Friday night for girls' night. Comes home around 2 a.m., sometimes later, always has some story about bar hopping with her college friends or dinner that ran late. At first I don't think much of it. Marriage is about compromise, right? If she needs time with her friends, that's healthy. I start using Friday nights to catch up with my own buddies or work on projects around the house. But then Friday nights become Friday and Saturday nights. The girls want to do a spa weekend. Sarah's having a party that goes all day Saturday. We're doing a wine tour. Always has explanations. Always sounds reasonable. I'm not the jealous type, so I don't question it much. Then I start noticing other changes. She's being more careful with her phone. Face down constantly. Takes it to the bathroom. Steps outside to take calls. When I ask who's calling, it's always just Sarah or the girls planning this weekend. She's also started dressing up more for these girls' nights. Used to be casual clothes for hanging with friends. Now it's like she's going on dates. Tight dresses, full makeup, expensive perfume. When I comment that she looks great, she says, "The girls like to dress up when we go out." Last weekend was what made me really suspicious. She tells me she's doing a girls' weekend at some cabin upstate, leaving Friday afternoon back Sunday evening. Needs to disconnect from everything so she'll have limited cell service. Sunday night she comes home with no tan, no outdoor smell, no stories about hiking or campfires. Just tired and wants to go straight to bed. That's when I decided to find out what was really going on. This past Friday I told her I was going to my buddy Steve's place to help him move some furniture. Instead, I waited until she left, then followed her at a distance. She comes out around 7 p.m. looking like she's going to a nightclub. Short black dress, heels, hair done professionally. Definitely not girls' night casual. I follow her downtown, but she doesn't go to any bars or restaurants. Instead, she pulls into the parking lot of a Hampton Inn. She parks and sits in her car for about 10 minutes, checking her phone. Then I see a guy walking across the parking lot toward her car. It's Marcus. Her ex-boyfriend from before we met. The one she was with for 2 years. The one she said she rarely talks to anymore. He gets in her car and they sit there talking for a few minutes. Then they both get out and walk into the hotel together. I sit there for a minute processing what I just saw. My wife's girls' nights are actually hotel meetups with her ex-boyfriend. I don't follow them inside. I've seen enough. I drive home and think about what to do next. Saturday morning she's all affectionate and chatty. "How is helping Steve move?" she asks. "Good. Heavy furniture but we got it done." "That's nice of you to help him out." She's never shown much interest in my weekend plans before. Now she's asking follow-up questions like she's checking my story. The girls want to try that new rooftop bar tonight. Might be another late night. Have fun. Saturday evening I don't follow her. I already know where she's going and who she's with. Instead I start thinking about my options. Sunday morning I wake up alone. She didn't come home at all. Around noon she walks in looking like she spent the night somewhere else. Hair messy. Makeup smeared. Same dress as yesterday. Sorry babe. We ended up staying at Sarah's place. Lost track of time and didn't want to drive. No problem. But I'm looking at her and thinking about how easily the lies come. How many weekend lies has she told me over the past few months? That afternoon while she's in the shower I call my lawyer. I need to talk about separation options. I think my wife is having an affair. Do you have evidence? I saw her meet her ex-boyfriend at a hotel. She's been lying about girls' nights for months. You'll need to document everything. Keep records. Get proof if possible. Are you in a no-fault state? Yes. Good. That makes things simpler. You should also consider your living situation. If the house is jointly owned, this could get complicated. We talk for about 20 minutes about my options and next steps. Monday I go to work as usual. But I'm thinking about the conversation with my lawyer all day. Tuesday evening Lisa announces she's going out for dinner with the girls. This time I do follow her, but I'm more careful. I park where I can see the hotel parking lot and wait. Sure enough, around 8 p.m. I see her car pull in. Same routine. She waits. Marcus shows up. They go inside together. I take photos of them walking into the hotel together. Not great quality from across the street, but clear enough to see it's them. Wednesday I meet with my lawyer again and show him the photos. This helps establish a pattern. You should start documenting dates, times, any evidence of the relationship. What about our living situation? Since you're both on the deed, she has a legal right to be in the house. But if you're filing for separation, we can request temporary exclusive use while proceedings are ongoing. Thursday I don't say anything to Lisa. Just act normal. She goes out for another girls' night and doesn't come home until Saturday morning. Friday I file for legal separation and request temporary exclusive use of the house. Update 1 week later. It's been a week since I filed for separation and things have moved quickly. The legal system worked faster than I expected. Monday morning Lisa gets served with separation papers at her boutique job. The papers include a temporary order giving me exclusive use of the house for 30 days while we sort out the divorce proceedings. She calls me immediately, crying and furious. You filed for separation. Without even talking to me. We needed to talk before you started having an affair with Marcus. Now we need to talk through lawyers. I'm not having an affair. I followed you to the Hampton Inn. Twice I have photos of you and Marcus going into the hotel together. Silence. Those photos don't prove anything. They prove you've been lying about girls' nights while meeting your ex-boyfriend at hotels. It's not what it looks like. It looks like you're cheating on me with Marcus while lying about it for months. We need to discuss this in person. We need to discuss it through lawyers. You have 30 days to find somewhere else to stay. You can't kick me out of my own house. Actually, the court just did. Read the papers. She tries arguing for another 10 minutes, but I've already made my decision. Tuesday brought a call from her sister Kelly. What's going on? Lisa's staying at my place and saying you're divorcing her over nothing. She's been having an affair with her ex-boyfriend every weekend for months. That doesn't sound like Lisa. I followed her. I have photos of them going into hotels together. Long pause. Are you sure about what you saw? I'm sure about my wife meeting her ex-boyfriend at hotels while lying to me about girls' nights. Oh God, she's been telling me all about these girls' nights. I had no idea. Neither did I until I started paying attention. Kelly apologizes and says she needs to have a serious conversation with her sister. Wednesday Lisa tries a different approach. She shows up at my job site around lunchtime. We need to talk. You're making a huge mistake. The mistake was trusting you when you said you needed girls' time. I do need time with friends. That's normal. Friends don't require hotel rooms. Nothing happened with Marcus. We just talked. You just talked at a hotel. Multiple times. While lying to me about it. It's complicated. No, it's not. You're married to me but sneaking around with him. That's cheating. I was confused about my feelings. Finally, some honesty. She's basically admitting she's been using these hotel meetings to figure out if she wants to leave me for Marcus. Well, you don't have to be confused anymore. You're free to pursue whatever you want with Marcus. I don't want Marcus. I want to work on our marriage. You had 4 years to work on our marriage. Instead, You worked on your relationship with Marcus. Please don't do this. I'll cut off all contact with him. You should have thought about that before you started having an affair. Some of my crew is listening and I can see them shaking their heads. These guys don't have patience for cheating. The separation papers give you 30 days to figure out your living situation. Use them. I get back to work and she eventually leaves. Final update, 6 weeks later. It's been 6 weeks since I filed for separation and everything has settled into a new normal. The divorce is moving forward and Lisa's been dealing with the consequences of her choices. The 30-day exclusive use period ended. And we're now in the process of selling the house and dividing assets. Since we were only married 4 years and kept most finances separate, the division is pretty straightforward. The really satisfying part was learning what happened with Marcus. Turns out when Lisa actually became available and needed somewhere to live, he wasn't as interested as he pretended during their hotel meetings. According to Kelly, Lisa tried staying with Marcus for a few days, but he told her it was too complicated and she needed to find her own place. So the guy she risked her marriage for abandoned her when she actually needed him. Lisa ended up having to move back in with her parents temporarily while looking for an apartment she can afford on her boutique salary. Her family has been surprisingly supportive of me throughout this process. Her dad called me last week. "Son, I'm sorry about what happened. We had no idea she was being dishonest." "Thanks, Mr. Johnson. I appreciate that. We thought those girls' nights were healthy for your marriage. If we'd known what was really going on, we would have said something. You couldn't have known. She was lying to everyone. Are you doing okay with everything?" "I'm doing well. It was the right decision. The divorce should be finalized in another month or 2. No contest. Clean split of marital assets. Personal. She gets half the house value when it sells. I keep my retirement account. She keeps her car. Simple." Lisa made one last attempt at reconciliation when we met to sign the house listing papers. "Are you sure about this? For years of marriage over a misunderstanding." "It wasn't a misunderstanding. You chose to spend every weekend with your ex-boyfriend while lying to me about it. I was confused about my feelings." "You weren't confused. You were keeping me as backup while you figured out if Marcus was a better option." "That's not true." "It's completely true. You told me yourself you were confused about your feelings. That means you were comparing us." She can't deny it because that's exactly what she admitted. People make mistakes. People make choices. You chose deception over honesty, Marcus over me, hotel meetings over marriage counseling. So that's it. That's it. I'm doing great. The house will sell and I'll find a smaller place that's just mine. Work is steady. I've been reconnecting with friends and I've even started talking to someone new I met through mutual friends. The revenge wasn't elaborate. It was just refusing to be a backup plan while she auditioned my replacement. She wanted the security of marriage with the freedom to explore other options. Instead, she lost the security and learned that Marcus was only interested in her as a side piece, not a real relationship. Sometimes the best revenge is just letting people experience the natural consequences of their choices. Lisa chose deception over communication, secret hotel meetings over marriage, and short-term excitement over long-term commitment. Now she gets to live with those choices without the safety net she took for granted. Perfect justice.